Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I decided to make a list of the best fonts from Dafont.com or Dafont, or I don't know how it's pronounced, but this page is basically notoriously the worst website for free fonts or typefaces. But the truth is, if you do some research in there, you're gonna find some really good fonts, but you're gonna need to take your time for that. And in this episode, I took the time to research some of the best condensed typeface and fonts out here, and I'm gonna review them to you. Now, quick note, not all the fonts here are for free and for commercial use. A lot of them which are uploaded recently and look really nice are actually only for personal use. So if you want to use it commercially, you're gonna need to purchase it. So I selected only the best one which has free commercial licensing. So let's check out what we got. And the first one is Salma Pro. This one is a really new font, first seen on June 20, 2023. This is a medium narrow typeface from the full font family of Salma Pro. So basically this is totally for free, and you wanna get the full font family, then you can go to myfont.com and eventually purchase some of the different weights of the font. And this is how it looks in the software. It looks really good. One thing I did notice is the letter O. It has a really interesting form, but I like it. And what I noticed is the 0 is basically the same letter O, which is kind of a mistake. I mean, the 0 normally have to look different in order to differentiate if you put an uppercase letter O near to the 0. So you need to understand which is what. But here we don't have that differentiator. Next font is the Muro. This was posted in 2013. You can see it only has uppercase letters, and this is how it looks when you write something. So the kerning in between the letters, it's a little bit strange. Also the letter S, but overall is good. You can also reduce the distance in between the letters. I'm gonna go with -50. It looks amazing. Next font is the Stillfish. Now this is a jackpot because this is one of the best looking condensed fonts out here. And check this out, it was posted in 2005. It's a really old font and I didn't even knew about it. So let's check this out in action. Look how perfect this looks. This is a perfect condensed typeface made for marketing purposes and for strong, bold looking titles. And it also has the full font family. Also very important, this has a desktop licensing, which means you can use it for banners, for posters, for logos, or any kind of marketing materials, but you cannot use it, for example, for website design or for mobile apps, for UX UI, because you only have licensing for desktop use. Next, we got the Behance Neue. Neue is a German word and it means new. So this is the Behance New. It is an updated version from the old Behance, and they created a full font family with a lot of characters in here. By the way, this is a Google font and it's a really old school font. I used to use it all the time. This is one of the cleanest fonts, that I knew back in the days. Overall, Google does really good fonts. I approve that. And next we got the Build Titling. And this is a font from 2015. And by the way, the titling means typo consisting only of capital letters. So it only has the uppercase letters without lowercase. You can check it here. And I selected specifically this thin version because this is the only version that looks really good. If I try to increase the weight, we got some characters that look a little bit more awkward. For example, the letter J or the letter N and the letter S too. And if I go down to extra light, you can see the letter S already looks way better, or the letter N looks really good. And it's a really nice looking light font. By the way, this is also under desktop licensing. Next, we got another old school typeface, which is the Big Noodle titling. This typeface is more rectangular. It has only capital letters, and this is how my brand's name will look like. You also can decrease the distance to look even better, maybe with -25. Next, we got the Droid condensed typeface. This is under desktop licensing, and it has some funky letters going on. For example, the letter A is lowercase, or the letter E or the letter G. They are all lowercase. I think I'm gonna need to reduce the distance in between the letters, but also you're gonna need to adjust the kerning manually because you got like less distance here, more distance there. So it looks a little bit more funky. And not but least, we got Canyon Coffee, and this is also under desktop licensing. Now this is a more rectangular, more square looking font, and it also looks more like a caricature because, for example, you can see the letter A is rounded and you can see the crossbar of the letter A is down here, or the letter E, look how it looks. The letter R has longer legs, but overall it looks really good. And here you can see all the fonts next to each other, and some of my favorites would be Steelfish, Behance, and I would give it a try to the Kenya Coffee as well. So maybe this was it. If you would like more content like this with typo, just type a comment in the description and let's see what we can do. Thanks for watching.